And this is the Kingbolen Ediag link, and this is currently probably the most affordable Bluetooth bi-directional scanner out there. It is able to scan all the systems on your vehicle and check them for issues, as well as being able to stream live data from your car so you can see what the sensors are actually picking up. And because it is bi-directional, it is also able to send commands to the car to activate different components on test. It also supports service functions, typically dealer level type of functions, and it supports a ton of different vehicles 1996 and up. And I have placed a link to this scan tool in the description down below if you need to get one for yourself. And we'll start by connecting the scanner to the vehicle's OBD2 port. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at the app. It's called Ediag. First off, we get all systems diagnostics, basically a full health check of the vehicle, then service and maintenance functions, OBD functions, and also here's where you can find the reports that you can generate with the app, and also the history of the vehicles that have been tested with the scan tool. Let's go ahead and take a look at all systems diagnostic. The scanner can attempt to identify the vehicle by automatically reading the VIN using the AutoVin scan option, or you can manually enter the VIN number so the scanner knows what vehicle is working with. This is also the list of vehicle makes that are supported by the scan tool. And I'm gonna scroll through here, that way you can check if your vehicle is gonna be supported by the scanner. And you can always slow down the video or speed up the video using the YouTube video player settings. And if you don't see your vehicle make on this list, there's still one more way that you can use the scanner to check the vehicle, and I'll show you that in a little bit. I have also placed chapters on this video if you want to jump to a different section of this review. Also notice that there is an expiration date next to each make, and that is based on the date that I activated this scanner. You get 1 year of updates with the scanner. After 1 year, you'll have to renew the subscription if you want to continue updates. More on that later. Also notice that there is a download icon next to each make. That way you can choose which are the makes that you plan to work on. Now you could download all of them, but that is going to take a lot of space on your phone's memory, so you might want to be selective about which ones you download. After you download them, in this case I downloaded these guys, notice that their download icon is gone. There is also a demo that you can download if you want to practice using the tool before you actually work on a real vehicle. Well, let's do the AutoVin scan. Now we get the following options: automatic search, manually select the system, service functions, and diagnostic history. Let's go inside of automatic search, and yep, automatic North America. And now we can run a full health report on the vehicle, check what systems the vehicle is equipped with, system selection, or vehicle information. Let's do a full health report. And the scanner has found 4 systems that are abnormal. On the engine, there is 2 DTCs, basically 2 error codes. On the ABS system, there's 1 DTC. There's also 1 DTC in the SRS or airbag system of the vehicle, and also 3 DTCs for the TPMS, which is the tire pressure monitoring system of the car. The rest of the systems that you see on here, this one's tested out as okay. And to see the details of the issue, you tap on the arrow and that is going to expand it. In this case, these are the details for those 2 DTCs. Here's the detail for the ABS and so on for SRS and for the TPMS. You can also create a report of all the findings or clear all the error codes. And the report is going to include the vehicle information as well as the issues that were found and which systems tested out as okay. Now, another interesting thing on the report is that you can see on here the details again of what the error code is, but also this icon right here where it can give you the definition. Basically, if you're not familiar with the code, it can tell you more detail about it, including the symptoms, potential inspection steps, potential tests that can be potentially done on the vehicle to try to remedy the issue, and additional information that may be helpful in repairing the vehicle. Also, you can go inside of each individual system by tapping on it. It tells you what that system does. I'm gonna hit OK on there, and now I have the option to read the codes just from the system, clear the codes just from that system, read live data, or actuation test. Let's go inside of read DTCs. We know that there is 2 of them in here, that P1604. And again, here you have another icon, the search icon. Tapping that is gonna Google that code for you, again, to help you in finding the fix for it. But before we go inside of live data, let's take a look at actuation test. Now this again being a bidirectional scanner, you're gonna be able to control things on the vehicle and run different tests. The newer the vehicle is, typically you will have more control over the vehicle with the scan tool, so this menu will vary from car to car and also depending on what system you're on. Let's also take a look at live data. I'm gonna select all and hit OK. And here's the live data streaming from the vehicle. In this particular case, it's a total of 19 different pages of parameters live streaming from the car. Now, every time you get to the bottom of the list, if you just go up like that, it'll keep adding additional parameters. That way you can scroll through all those 19 pages. Let's go ahead and find a couple of good parameters so I can show you the graphing options. And here's a couple of different parameters that I like to look at. Engine speed is shown right here live, but if you tap on this icon, now you can get a graph of it. And I'll give it some guys so you can see how it graphs. And also you have the numerical value up here. And if you select more and then you tap combine, now you can select up to 4 different parameters to be shown on the same graph. Each parameter is color coded. Again, you have the values here and I'll give it some gas. This is especially helpful if you want to see or compare the parameters to each other. Now 4 is the maximum of parameters that you can put together in one graph. If you want to select another parameter, you can just deselect that one, select the other parameter that you want to see, and then you hit OK, and now you have 4 parameters again on one single graph. And you can also create a report of the data and also record the data for later review. Going back to the screen, instead of doing a full health check of the vehicle, you can use the system selection option to go directly to the system that you want to work with. And when you select that system, you'll have access to reading codes from it, clearing codes from it, accessing live data or actuation tests. For example, let's take a look at ABS. And again, you have the same list of read DTCs, clear DTCs, live data, and also actuation tests, but in this case for the ABS system. So these are different than the prior actuation test which I showed you under the engine module. Next up, we got OBD functions, and this is OBD2 diagnostics, which can help you to diagnose a vehicle that is not on the supported make list. And the vehicle that we're on is not on the supported make list, but with OBD2 diagnostics, I can connect to it and check for emissions readiness, read live data from the car, read freeze frame information, read fault codes, clear fault codes, and several other items. But let's go ahead and take a look at live data. Again, this vehicle is not on the supported make list, and I'm able to access live data from the vehicle just like before. And let's just take a quick look at RPMs, which is one of my favorite ones. Again, I can go into that graphing function and get live data from the vehicle and other items under OBD2 diagnostics. Up next is maintenance and reset functions. We get oil maintenance reset, electronic throttle relearn, ABS bleeding, brake reset, DPF regeneration, TPMS reset, steering angle reset, injector coating, battery matching, and EGR adaptation. And again, we got download icons next to each one. You can download all of them, or you can download only the ones you need. Now let's talk about the subscription model. This comes with 1 year of updates. So for 1 year, you get full access to all of its features. And after that 1 year expires, you have the option of renewal. The cost of renewal is fairly low, but if you choose not to renew, this actually continues to work. You have access to OBD2 diagnostics. Now, what you will lose is bidirectional capabilities, updates, service functions, so some of the big features that this offers. And that's one thing you want to consider when looking or comparing scanners. There are scanners out there that do not have a subscription requirement, but the cost will be significantly higher. Or you can go for something like this where the cost is lower as long as you're okay paying with that subscription. Now, the closest other scanner to this guy is going to be the Thinkdiag device. It also scans all the systems on your vehicle, has bidirectional capabilities, service functions. However, this one costs about double the price of an Ediag link. So you could be saving money by getting this one instead. The important thing is to check that this one supports your vehicle make and that it has the service function that you need. And I say that because the Thinkdiag device does include more service functions. Now, they're slightly different than the service functions that this includes. So if you find that the service function that you need is not on here and this one has it and this one supports your vehicle make, I would say this is the way to go. You could potentially be saving quite a bit of money on this. Now, if unfortunately your vehicle make is not supported by this, or it doesn't have the service function that you need, then I would say go for the Thinkdiag device. Now, I have already reviewed this guy on my channel. I'll put a link to that review in the description down below. That way you can compare all of its features to the Ediag link. And I'm also gonna put a link in the video description down below to this scanner if you'd like to get one for yourself. And if you guys have any other questions regarding this, please put that in the comments. Also, if you found any part of this video helpful, make sure you hit the like button to support the channel. And stay tuned, as I have a lot more scanner reviews coming up. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, I'll see you on the next one.